Batman vs Superman didn't fail because confusing. It failed because it made the wrong people uncomfortable.
You know, not the audience. The people in charge of the brand. The people in charge of the tone. The people whose main job is not getting yelled at Monday morning. This isn't really a movie about Batman punching Superman. It's a movie about what happens when power stops feeling safe. And the moment power doesn't feel safe, people start writing policies instead of telling stories. People love to say Batman v Superman was misunderstood. Honestly, that's a comforting lie, because it turns a complicated reaction into a simple excuse. The audience just didn't get it. Actually, people did get it. They got the feeling. They got the weight. They got what it was reaching for. They just didn't like being forced to sit in that feeling. This Batman isn't a clean symbol. He's paranoid. He's tired. He's been staring at the end of the world for so long. He forgot what normal even looks like. And this Superman isn't here to make you feel safe. He's distant. He's watched. He's treated like a god, right up until people need someone to blame. That's not confusion. That's discomfort. The thing is, discomfort doesn't test the audience. It tests executives. Because discomfort isn't something you fix with a better trailer. This movie isn't really asking who wins the fight. It's asking something uglier. Who gets to decide what kind of power is allowed to exist? Batman looks at Superman and doesn't see a hero. He sees a future he can't control. And Batman's logic isn't emotional. It's political. If there's even a 1% chance, he says, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. That's not justice. That's policy. That's preemptive war, wearing a kepi and calling itself responsible. And Superman, he's not really angry. He's just tired. Tired of being a symbol. Tired of being judged by people who've never met him. Tired of being turned into a headline and then blamed for the comment section. Light roast, but it's true. If you're into this kind of breakdown, not recaps, not rankings, but why movies break at the decision-making level, then yeah, you're probably in the right place. Alright, to be honest, let's talk about Lex Luthor. Because Lex doesn't want money. He doesn't want land. He doesn't even want to rule the world. Like it's a 2003 villain starter pack. Lex wants to prove one thing, that the idea of a pure hero is a lie. He doesn't need to beat Superman physically. He needs to contaminate him. Turn hope into problem. Turn symbol into risk. Make even Superman's supporters feel guilty for believing. This isn't a standard superhero plot. It's a crisis of faith written like a disaster report. Love it or hate it, that's what the movie is trying to do. But the thing is, here's where it starts to crack. Batman v Superman begins to feel interrupted. Scenes don't always breathe. Setups don't always land. Motivations feel clipped. You can feel the scissors. And no, I'm not here to pretend the Ultimate Edition fixes everything. It doesn't. But it proves something important. The theatrical cut isn't shorter because the story demanded it. It's shorter because someone wanted the story to be easier, less dense, less uncomfortable, less likely to make people walk out thinking, wait, what did that just say about us? Because that reaction, you can't market your way out of it. Then the reaction hit. Some people hated it. Some people loved it. Some people defended it like it was personal. Online, that's noise. Inside the studio, that becomes a conclusion. Not a creative conclusion, a business one. Because division is terrifying when your plan depends on everyone nodding together. Actually, they didn't ask, why did this hit a nerve? Why are people arguing? What fear did we just put on screen? They asked, how do we make sure this never happens again? Not the failure, the division. And that's when fear grabs the steering wheel. Honestly, studios don't hate risk. They hate being blamed for risk. That's the difference. Batman v Superman didn't kill DC. It just scared the people driving it into slamming the brakes. And when you slam the brakes on a universe, you don't get a course correction. You get an overcorrection. Justice League wasn't just a different movie. It was a reaction. Tone changed. The color changed. Edges got sanded down, not because the story got better, but because the system demanded safety. And when the system demands safety, movies don't evolve, they apologize. To be honest, here's the uncomfortable truth. Batman v Superman didn't get punished for being empty. The thing is, it got punished for picking a side, for choosing weight, for refusing to be easy, for treating power like a problem, not a product. It didn't need fixing. It needed belief. Belief that audiences can handle discomfort. Belief that heroes don't have to be liked to be meaningful. Belief that division isn't always failure. Sometimes it's proof something actually hit. Next time, the panic doesn't just change the tone, it rebuilds an entire movie in the edit bay.